What video game made you rage quit and you haven't played a game since?
Fable 3. You could join another player and complete missions with them. I was 3/4 in, joined my brother and encountered a bug we weren't aware of. We did a media blackout. It causes you to lose all of your gear, your kick-ass sword ... everything. So when I returned in my game, I had nothing anymore. I got so angry, closed the game and never finished it.
My dad rage quit me a fit because it called him obese. Bubba is you. Because idiot is me.
Not rage quit, but I entered an online tournament in Tekken 7 and got destroyed on stream, while the commentator said I'm bad at the game. This discouraged me so much I haven't played since.
Echo the fucking dolphin. Aggravating pile of shite. 25 years later and I still feel the rage bubbling up at the thought of it.
Eve the fuck that scripted piece of shit of a game.
Cuphead on the Xbox. Fighting Satan at the end. All the changing levels just did my head in and I always hit the wrong number in the dice. First time in my life I seriously considered throwing my controller through my TV.
That stupid Lion King game that came out on PC in the 90s. I never made it past level 2.
Overwatch. I got to Masters as Reinhardt and it just became so fucking toxic. It ruined the game for me. It eventually became too stressful to be fun. When I tried to pick it back up, they'd added a few characters and made a bunch of tweaks and everyone yelled at me when I picked Reinhardt because he wasn't meta anymore. Made me sad. I loved that game. Edit. I don't know who'll see this but you all have convinced me to re-download Overwatch. I'll probably be trash but if anyone wants to play on PS4, PM me your PSN.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Fuck that game.
Rainbow Six Siege. I am very bad at games.
We made a character creation. Damn thing never looks like me.
The Lion King game on Sega Genesis.
Battletoads. Young me mastered landing in Top Gun, but that fucking speeder bike level was brutal. Edit. Thank you kind stranger.
Dying Light. I had completed the game, got the best gold weapons and vehicle parts, and now I was gonna tackle side missions and such. Till my file got corrupted. I lost everything. There was no way I was ever gonna play that game again, so I didn't.
GTA Online when I got permabanned for a script kiddie dropping money on me. 1,300 hours wasted.
Ark, Survival Evolved. I had amassed at least 2,000 hours worth of assets on an official server. I poured my life into that game every day. It was like a second life, and I took it seriously. Then I got wiped by the Alpha Tribe over something stupid. I didn't take it well, to put it lightly. And I quit for about a year. Came back and tried to start again but got ganked on the beach and quit again. Came back a good long while later and got started on a super easy server and I kept getting knocked unconscious and snatched off my dino by all the new shitty dinos they added and kept losing all the dinos I tamed while I was gone after being killed while trying to get back to them. Someone was nice enough to donate one of their dinos but I got snatched off of it by another wild dino, knocked out, then killed and that tame died because it was on passive so I straight up purchased the game from my Steam library and never looked back.
I didn't rage quit Fortnite, but I did rage uninstall after they took my $120 alpha funding then removed the part of the game I paid for a few months later.
Getting over it with Bennett Foddy. I really want to finish the game but I'm scared I will just waste my time because I can't make it.
Overwatch. Fucking community.
Probably everyone that tries out Quake Champions without previous Quake experience.
BioShock Infinite for Xbox 360. I unlocked 1999 mode I think it's called, and it's supposed to be harder enemies, lower resources and the big thing is that respawning is expensive. You can find a lot of in-game money literally everywhere but $100 is a lot. If you don't have $100 you restart to the beginning of the whole game. I made it to the very last fight with Songbird and I have completely run out of everything. Ammo, vigor and money. And Elizabeth can't find me anything. I can't scrap for ammo when there's so many enemies shooting me. I just shut the game off. I come back to this game 3 years later on my Xbox One because it is now backwards compatible. Load up the last save, see the predicament I was in 3 years ago, die, and I'm restarting the game from the beginning. Big nope from me.
Subnautica, don't get me wrong, I love that game to death. I got Below Zero for my birthday, and I swore I wouldn't touch it till I finished the first game. I went to play the first game one day, and I saw my save had been deleted, and I lost like 120 hours worth of progress. And Subnautica is so long and so vast, I just gave up and started played Below Zero.
I tried playing Dark Souls on PC. I knew it was going to be a hard game, but keyboard made it impossible.
Fucking Star Citizen. I come back to this game every year or so and I'm always amazed at how much they've done since last time I played it. But I always end up rage quitting because of some really annoying bug. Last time it was the refueling bug where I had a ship full of mining loot but I ran out of gas, so I stopped at one of the Lagrange stations to refuel. But it doesn't work. After mucking about with it for hours I finally just gave up.
Assassin's Creed 3. It's not even a particularly challenging game. That part where you chase the British guy around the boat. One mistake and he gets away. It gets old watching the same cutscene over and over and failing after making one mistake. Every year one pull it out and try for like 20 minutes, then say fuck it and move on to something else. Warframe. I know a ton of people love it, but it's just so much grinding that I started to feel it's more of work than enjoyment. So I quit after 10 hours or so into it.
Bloodborne. I seriously suck at those types of games.
Sekiro, final boss. Just can't do it. Completed all of the Dark Souls series and Bloodborne. I grafted through Sekiro and loved every moment of it, but the Sword Saint is just ridiculously difficult. As much as it irks me to make it all the way to the end and fail at the final hurdle, it's really just not worth the stress. Edit. These replies have motivated me into giving this another shot. The fight itself is jaw-droppingly epic, and despite never having beat the tough old bastard, Sekiro is without doubt one of my favorite games of all time. Thanks for the tips and reminding me just how incredible this game is. I'll shake off the ring rust tonight and give an update if I finally manage to slay the hardest foe I've ever encountered in gaming. Wish me luck.
Too human. Terrible game with horrendous controls. I could barely play it to start with. I got to a difficulty spike where I kept dying, and for those who don't know, respawning takes about 1-3 minutes in this single-player game, and every time you have to watch this drawn-out animation. I never went back, and glad for my sanity that I didn't. Destiny 2. Bungie made the game feel like a chore. Instead of, hey, I was here for this cool thing, it became, fuck, I have another 2 days to grind the same mission over and over for season pass progress.
Ninja Gaiden for Xbox. I read that it was hard and was excited for a challenge, but found out it wasn't the fun kind of hard.
Crash Bandicoot makes me smash shit repeatedly. I always go back to it but never get more than like 20 minutes before I'm spitting fire.
I wanna be the guy. I quit at the very last boss fight. I'm just tired.
Probably not the answer that you were looking for, but I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 non-stop the first weeks it came out. I spent day after day hunting, riding around and all the other stuff, and I really enjoyed it. Then after a few weeks I came home, turned on the game only to find out my brother had accidentally deleted my save slot. I quit the game immediately and have never played RDR ever since. Maybe I'll try it again sometime this year.
Does anyone remember Cop?
Luigi's Mansion 2. Kept running out of time on the final mission. Scum. Beat it on normal, decided to try a higher difficulty. Early mission, there's a float around a corner with low health. I'll have a shotgun or break cover to get a good shot and finish him off. 95% to hit. Miss. Damn, well that sucks, but 95 isn't 100. Fortunately I have another guy within range. Second shotgunner also runs up for the point blank 95%. Also miss. Floater one-shots shotgunner dead. That wasn't the rage quit, not quite. I did rage reload the save, however. Same mission like turn 3 sniper takes a shot at a basic sectoid. 100% to hit. 100%. Miss. Missed on 100%. Sectoid returns fire from across the map with his dinky little pistol, crits the sniper, insta-dead. That was the last time I played XCOM, Candy Crush Saga. This is years ago and how I found out about the evils of in-app purchases. I played it for weeks, then got stuck. It was pretty brutal. When I quit there was a strong luck element and I'd barely progress any further without dropping money into it for extragos, Dragon Ball Fighters. How am I to play the game if there are pro players at the beginner ranks FFS?
Not really an entire game, a Minecraft server. We were doing really well, and I found a whopping 24 diamonds on one mining trip. I ended up burning in lava. We never touched the place since.
I guess this is more out of fear than rage, but the girl turning into the spider on Super Paper Mario made me quit the game for 3 years.
Raid Shadow Legends.
I tried days when it was free on Xbox for a weekend. I used to play it years ago when it was first released as beta on PC. Still has the same issues as back then. Clothes for loot, no way to properly navigate, no sustenance to keep yourself alive. One time I found a flask of water and it killed me. These are all the hardcore RP elements that kill the gameplay. The other thing is that it's still full of the same bugs as it was back then.
I broke a DS in half when I was 11 while playing Mario Kart Online.
GTA Vice City, that effing helicopter level.
I go back on PS2. Though less a rage quit, more a WTF is happening quit. The subtitles and speech were gibberish, so I never had any idea what to do. In the end I was just, you know what, I can go play RE4.
Hollow Knight. I loved the game and the world, but I hated when you died. The checkpoint was miles away. I just wanted to jump back and near where I died and get back into it.
PUBG, fuck that fucking game. Mario Sunshine. Not a rage quit per se, but I suck with the NGC controllers, so that time a kid born after 2000 showed me how he just ran through the level I was stuck in, one of the first. I understood I was well out of that motherfucker and never to turn back.
Catherine. The puzzles got so difficult near the end that I got the splitting migraine.
Titanfall 2, back when I used to play the game, I loved it. I broke a controller over the game.
Not so much rage and never play again, but still enough rage to fuel an army. Hollow Knight, that game is really unforgiving. Got to the Broken Soul boss fight, took me forever to get him to his 3rd phase, then I die, and in that game if you die you lose all of your in-game currency and have to fight a darker form of yourself to get it back, but here's the catch, if you manage to die again before you fight yourself, you lose all the geo that you had, similar to the Souls games. I had enough to get an item I really needed and ended up dying to a fuck primal aspid. Those stupid little fucks. I haven't played it in 3 months, kind of afraid to pick it up again because I need my Joy-Cons.
Quasi-cupcakes. They break the game into these idiotic worlds to give you some false sense of progress.
Witcher 3 to my shame. Finished the main game on GOG when it came out. HDD died and lost 90 hours on it. Started again with expansions since they let you pretend you completed the game, but as soon as I saw all those little question marks that I've cleared, I couldn't do it.
Lion King. Young me just couldn't get past the I can't wait to be king level. When my mom beat it on her first try, I decided I didn't want to finish it.
Does Candy Crush count? There were too many ads and get people to like this or share this post to move forward type of things. It's a highly addicting game, otherwise, I just couldn't handle all that. Kingdom Hearts 2. Fucking Sephiroth bullshit. It felt like I spent 2 hours in the final battle, got him close to dead, then he got me with a cheap shot. When you reload it goes back to the beginning. Fuck that noise. Edit, spelling is hard.
Prototype. There was one boss I just couldn't kill. I suck at games anyway and only play for the story. That's why I love Assassin's Creed, amazing story and you just kinda press some buttons the game tells you to press and watch a movie. Right now it's Undertale. I haven't been able to beat Asgore yet.
Wow BFA, I had already stopped playing back in like Cataclysm, but I'd come back to check out the launch of each expansion. Well, was the straw that broke the camel's back. for many reasons. Another was Arkansas played on a private server with a few friends. Spent quite a bit of time taming and leveling a raptor pack named after the Johnny U Force. Then out of nowhere an alpha something came up and shredded them all, and then me and glitched into my animal's pen and killed them. Last straw. DONE.
Dark Souls. Let's just say my landlord called and asked why I was screaming fuck for like 3 minutes lol.
FSU 1 or 2. At some point these 6 or 7 lap races where you fuck up once in the last lap and lose it all just pissed me off way too much, and that was that, plus a smashed glass.
South Park, The Fractured But Whole. It has a game-breaking bug in it on Xbox. The fix is supposedly to do the missions in a different order, but I was never able to figure out the right one, wasted 3 weeks on it. The game was never patched to resolve the issue, even though there are pages of complaints in the support forums.
Darkest Dungeon. My favorite team died, I just couldn't handle the grief. That's the point of the game though lol. So very beginning. Content couldn't keep up, but the community was awesome. I miss those guys. Still by name.
Originally Dark Souls, the 2 silver knights with great bows at the top of the bridge in Anna Orlando. I walked away for like 6 months, then I remembered the game and decided I was going to just keep playing that one fucking spot over and over. I finally got the black bow of Ferris and cheesed them with poison arrows.
Celeste is a hard game.
I raged quit XCOM, Frostpunk, and any similar games because I couldn't handle the pressure of it. It feels like you have to follow a manual to ensure that you don't mess things up. I still like those games, I just don't want to play them. Army of 2 on 360, played right up to the last mission and the fucking game froze and doesn't work no matter what we do. Dead Rising 1 and that stupid mission you underground where you need to defuse bombs or something and that guy is chasing you in a van.
/CSGO and TF2, amazing games ruined by hackers. And #X200B. Even though I used to love those games, they've become unplayable. Want to play a CSGO competitive match? You get matched up against a spinbotter, wall hacker. Want to play WO hackers? You will need to pay for some premium service. You don't want to pay? Then you will get matched with mix spammers, griefers, AFkers. Obviously, that's not for all games, but even 1 in 5 games can set you off and make you uninstall the game. And #X200B, TF2 has become a wasteland at this point. Even though there are still amazing communities, I still want to play a casual game without having 4 enemy snipers with aim assistance or have 3 cheaters in my team that the other teammates refuse to kick. Toofy TV made an amazing video explaining the TF2's aimbot situation. https://www.youtube.com/watch v=4jbfthnztds, and pretty much sums up everything.
Oblivion. I don't know what was wrong with my disc, but the quest to cure vampirism was glitched and would never let me complete it. So anytime I contracted it I'd have to suck it up, pun intended, and deal with the side effects. But vampirism fucking sucks in Oblivion. So I bit the bullet and decided to start a fresh game. I literally did not level up until I got my own house and bed because I was afraid of sleeping. But then for some reason I slept in a bed on a ship docked at the capital, and of course I woke up and had vampirism. I tried everything I could think of at the time to get rid of it. I don't remember if I could have cured it in early stages with potions, but I've only recently thought of this possibility, but I still just had to tough it out and be a vampire. Until I went into a portal to kill Driz, and when I came back out it was midday, I had no potions, and I couldn't get to shelter fast enough to avoid dying. So I was trapped in that portal. Pissed me off so much that I haven't played it since.
The Outer Worlds. I was doing the corporate playthrough and I wasn't ready for the final boss fight. I don't have any other saves, so I've essentially fucked up the game.
Sekiro. I couldn't get past the Beyblade motherfucker that insta-kills you.
It was one of the many skateboarding games, can't remember the exact one. I went ham at it, played like 16 hours in one day. Waking up I found that my save file got corrupted. God damn it, I didn't finish it. I tried again, got further in less time since I knew what was coming. Next day, save file corrupted. For some reason I could not save, load at all in that game. So I threw it in the garbage can.
Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. The fact that you have to use the DS stylus for everything was already super annoying. Then I kept having to go back to the Temple of the Ocean King. So repetitive and boring. I got all the way to the point where it would be my last visit to the temple, decided it was so fucking boring and annoying, and never turned the game on again.
Madden, you can do good first few minutes, then you get an interception. I downloaded No Man's Sky because people said it changed. I was immediately thrown onto a planet with near 0K temperature. Some shitty tutorial that didn't explain a thing told me that I was dying of hypothermia but failed to direct me how to solve it, and then I died of hypothermia. So fuck that.
Middle-earth, Shadow of War. I got to a very late stage in the game and needed to take one last fortress. With a good amount of difficulty I wiped everything in the fortress except the last Hork general. This general was one of my best guys before he betrayed me. I'd already killed him multiple times in previous encounters, but he kept coming back to life and he'd killed me a few times before too, so by this time he was massively OP, with immunity to pretty much every attack, and he could basically one-hit me. I had to go through a convoluted series of attacks and dodges just to get one weak attack in. After probably 10 minutes of grinding him down, I had him down to about 1% health and I fucked up and he landed a hit on me, killing me. So now he is basically some sort of unkillable or god.
Monster Hunter Tryon. Back in the day when it was my only game system, cause the family computer was strictly no games. Wasn't so much of a rage quit as just putting it down one day and never picking it up again. Wasn't even that far into the game, I think. I forgot the name of the monster. Might have been called the Baruth or something. Big rhino-looking thing with a plate instead of a horn that charges at you, shook mud on you to slow you down, and always ended up running away and escaping before I could do enough damage to it to kill it.
Destiny 2, when they introduced that mission to get that sniper rifle that only spawned when a certain random event took place. And it could only be done on the weekend. I tried with a group of friends over 2 weeks, and in a total of 20 hours we got to do the run less than 10 times. In the last 4 hours we got 0, that made me to never pick up that game again.
The first Kingdom Hearts game. I played 2 before 1 and then I went back and tried to play the first one when the HD remix came out, and the controls and camera are so wonky in comparison to the second, and it pissed me off so much that I gave up on the game and haven't finished it. I just ended up watching a recap video on YouTube to know exactly what happens in the game so I don't have to put up with the shitty controls and camera. Cuphead. I was so close on beating the last boss on the second isle, but I died at the last part. Damn you, dragon. Will probably pick it up again. Destiny 2. Fuck those Crucible grinding quests.
Mario Kart. Fuck Rainbow Road.
Resident Evil 6. There were about 8 quick-time events crammed into the first few minutes. No thank you.
Got to the very last boss in Sekiro and just couldn't take it anymore. Also, I rage quit Jedi Fallen Order after failing to make a jump off the end of a frozen slide for the nth time. I want to cut people up with a lightsaber. I don't want to platform with shitty controls.
I was playing Demon's Souls, working on an offline platinum run. Due to the way world and character tendency works, you have to do specific things at the right time through the run. And due to the amount of things that can affect your tendency, if you mess up even one step it can ruin your run. Anyway, I was about 20 hours in. I was maybe about 2/3 of the way through. I got called away from the TV, and set the controller down. I was standing in front of an NPC, and I guess I bumped a shoulder button. My character killed the NPC, and dropped my tendency towards black. Due to the run, there was no way to regain enough white tendency to finish the run. This was like 6 years ago.
It's for the best the ending wasn't that great.
I had that happen to me. I was max level on all the skills and I joined my stepsister, and when I went back into single player my character had the bottom level stuff for everything, but all the chests were still open on the road to rule, so I couldn't even get it back without restarting the game.
This is hilarious. I remember getting the original with it, and when it weighed me it showed my mig I blow up into a fatty and stumble around.
When you gently step on the board and it says OF and then reminds you not to jump on it. T_T.
My parents got me and my sister with it when we were kids. As an older teen I went back to it and immediately quit when it said I was obese. Realized far too late it was because the game thought I was still about 4 feet tall because my stupid ass forgot I had to change my height.
He had a with it. I haven't rage quit. I actually really like the game, but some of those levels you feel like you have a huge breakthrough after like an hour of putzing around just to find out you only solved half the puzzle and the other half is just as hard. Fuck man, it is a tough game. 10/10 would recommend though.
Bubba ceases to be.
Yeah, sometimes it gets pretty annoying. I think you can divide the game in 2 kind of levels. You have the levels where you complete it by using previous used rules in weird and new combinations. On the other hand, there are levels that are completed by using some kind of weird rule that you never even learned to use and can basically only find by pure luck. At least that's my experience. The annoying part is that you can spend half an hour trying stuff without any visible progress at all because the solution can often be made in under a minute.
Commentators underestimate the influence they have. Sucks that you quit, dude.
As a fellow Tekken player, I need to tell you that everybody sucks. You will never not suck except you are like Evo Top 16 or something, lol. I am just semi-joking, but I think sucking at fighting games is part of their appeal since there is so much to learn and so much depth to everything. An online tournament organizer who just calls out newer player is just messed up. I remember the commentator on my first online tournament encouraged me on stream, and that's what experienced players should do. So keep at it, buddy, don't let people like that ruin the game for you. Had that happen to me? My first match in a Smash tournament was on stream. Got my ass handed to me, which was fine with me. I thought the commentators would give insight on what I was doing wrong and I would take it to improve. I couldn't be further than the truth. They kept complimenting the other guy and kept saying how I was a warm-up and this dude is nothing compared to him. I don't know why, but it really messed with my mentality in future tournaments.
Finally something relatable. Fuck that dolphin and fuck those rings. I still have no fucking idea what I was supposed to do. Being a dolphin is dumb.
Half the games on Sega Genesis were borderline impossible. I was leaving a comment a bit further up and scrolled down to find someone dropping the Echo reference.
I remember being stuck with a giant DNA and not knowing what the fuck I should do. I played on emulator though, so maybe something was broken.
I beat both Echo games as a kid and later as an adult. Yes, you may touch me. Amazing games, very weird story. Frustrating as all hell. I never finished the first one without cheating, though. Anybody remember the giant Medusa level from Tides of Time? That one level can go fuck itself.
Holy shit. This fucking game. It was the only game I didn't even know what I was supposed to do. I've played plenty of games where I quit because it was too hard or just unfun, but this is the first and only time I sunk hours into the first level of game not having any fucking clue what the damned premise even was. Just stuck in that damn area forever with the ring that didn't do anything.
Yo, fucking Echo. That game was so confusing to me as a child.
It was a game it seems like we all wanted to love. The idea was on point, be a dolphin, and the graphics were pretty good for the time. Now if only they could have made some sort of instructions or any sort of perceivable goal.
Thank you for watching. We publish amazing Reddit stories every day. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to keep the dog smiling.